Welcome to Health Hactivators with lifestyle medicine doctor, GP and longevity expert Dr. Alka Patel. This show will help you to discover a hidden health hacking code that unlocks your phenomenal potential for an outstanding health span, lifespan and wealth span. The show features candid conversations with celebrities, influencers and industry icons, real-life stories and cutting-edge health activating advice that other doctors might not tell you. Discover why now is the time to join the strategic self-care revolution and experience the profound effects this will have on your personal and professional success. Now, here is your host, Dr. Alka Patel.
Hi, hey, and hello, Health Hactivators. Are you ready? Are you ready to unlock your health activation code in 3 steps? Data, devices, decisions. So let's talk hair. Number 1 is data. So when it comes to hair, what data do you need to know? Here's your hack, which is to test. From a nutritional and metabolic aspect, there are key nutrients that support hair growth. So remember, hair is dead. It is keratin, but your hair follicles, that's where your hair grows from. That is very much alive. And what you need to do is to feed your follicles. So you need to know what they need and you need to know what you might be missing. So what are you testing? Test your iron, vitamin D, vitamin C, calcium, phosphorus, zinc, selenium, biotin. Because here's what I see. I see that nutrient deficiencies are one of the biggest contributors to hair loss in the clients that I see. So feed your follicles again. Now, I've just mentioned biotin. What is this? Well, biotin is also known as vitamin B7, and it helps your body to metabolize carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And it does other things as well. It works at a cellular level, at a cell signaling level, and it also works at a genetic level, affecting your gene activity. Now, some of the research on biotin and hair is quite mixed. So what I wouldn't advocate is just spending money and taking biotin supplements without testing. I mean, you can, but if you know specifically that a biotin deficiency is part of the reason for your hair loss, then your hair hack will, of course, be more targeted. Now, biotin is not a test that you're going to be able to get from your regular doctor, your regular GP, but it is a test that I do and that I have found very, very useful with significant improvement in hair growth if used in the right person. And I also mentioned zinc. Well, zinc is important for hair growth and it's also a cofactor for thyroid health. Now, where do you find zinc? Well, you find zinc in food sources such as nuts and chickpeas, chicken, red meat, and oysters. And I mentioned iron as well. Iron you need in order to make hemoglobin. And what hemoglobin does, it carries oxygen to cells that are used then for the growth and repair of your hair follicles. And here's something that's really useful to know as well. It's about your thyroid. Your thyroid also uses iron to produce thyroid hormones like T3. So if anything disrupts thyroid hormone production, then this is also going to affect your hair follicles. So important to test this as well. And you don't always absorb iron from the food that you eat. And another metabolite. What's another metabolite I want to tell you about? Well, another one that you probably won't hear about from your GP is glutathione. What's glutathione? Well, think of glutathione as the mother of all antioxidants. So we'll be diving more into antioxidants and autoimmunity in future shows, I know that. But when it comes to hair loss, long-term deficiency of glutathione can be linked to loss and can be linked to a very compromised immune system as well. Let me now introduce you as well to the sponsors of the show today. It's Youth and Earth. I am very, very excited to bring this brand to you. It's a brand that is synonymous with health at a cellular level, everything that I love talking about. And one of my favorite products of theirs, which I use both myself and with my clients after testing, is their liposomal glutathione. And I love it. Because it's not only a delicious mango flavored liquid, but because it's liposomal. And what do I mean by liposomal? Well, liposomes are microscopic bubbles, and they're created from phospholipid layers. And that's the same material that makes up our cell membranes. So what does this mean? Well, it means that the material that's contained within the liposome gets delivered to the cell in a way that is so much better absorbed and so much better utilized by the cell, which then means that I know more is getting to exactly where it needs to. Now, Youth and Earth are giving listeners of this show an exclusive discount, so just click the link in the show notes or on my website. And of course, you'll know that my preference when it comes to supplements is to test before you treat where possible. That's my mantra: test before you treat where possible. And I say this, well, why do I say this? Well, I say this so that you stay targeted with your optimization. So if you do want to arrange testing for glutathione and anything else that I'm talking about today, please do get in touch as well. And interestingly, I was chatting to my hairdresser recently about hair. Well, that's not strange, of course, that's what you talk to hairdressers about. And what she said was that 70 to 80% of people who see her have hair loss to some degree, or they're worrying about it. 70 to 80%. So I'm expecting a lot of you to get in touch. Now remember, you can lose up to 50% of your hair before you even notice the loss. So quick hack number 2 is optimize your hair health before you start to lose hair. Do not wait to lose it and then think about, what shall I do next? Okay, so that's data. Let's look at devices. So here I want to look at laser light therapy for hair loss, LLT. What is laser light therapy? Well, it's a form of topical hair growth treatment, and devices that are using laser light therapy have become so much more widespread and so much more convenient so that you can use them at home. So what do these devices look like? Well, at-home laser devices are usually shaped like a hat or a helmet or a handheld tool. And what happens is when you put the device on your scalp and turn it on, the lasers send out photons of light, which get absorbed by your mitochondria. Your mitochondria are those tiny energy-producing organelles in your cells. And as those mitochondria make more energy, it's targeted right at your follicles. Your hair growth is then stimulated. And what this means is, remember that in order for light laser therapy to be effective, you have to have follicles. The laser, what it does is it stimulates these follicles, even if they're dormant or it's weak. And here's something to know as well. Because it's light energy, there's no side effects, so long as you use the devices according to the manufacturer's instructions. And another important thing, remember this as well, is that using light therapy is like brushing your teeth or like using a daily facial cream. So what I mean is that it's something that needs to become part of your daily routine to maintain its benefit. So think about it this way. If you stop brushing your teeth, what would happen? They'd decay. So in the same way, if you stop using the laser light therapy, your hair growth won't stay stimulated. And a question I get asked a lot is, does laser light therapy really work? Well, we can look at some of the evidence base for this. An evidence-based review in the journal Lasers Medical Science did look at 21 relevant studies, and all the randomized controlled trials showed good evidence of benefit. And what was also shown, and this is important as well, is that devices were found to be safe. So really important when you're looking for a laser light device is that you look for devices that have been approved for safety. And I've had a look at some of those, some of what's available. So if you do want to know more, I've put all this together in my blog, which is linked to the show notes as well. So the link is in the notes and the blog is on my website. So head over there to get more information as well. Okay, third part of your health activation code: data, devices, decisions. What decisions are you making to optimize your hair health? So think about this. Make a fast decision. What do I mean by a fast decision? I mean a decision that's focused, achievable, shared, and trackable. right? Focused, achievable, shared, and trackable. So let me give you an example of what this might look like. For example, I am testing 10 key nutrients to optimize my hair health. I will achieve this within the next 10 days and I'll let my family know why I'm doing this. I'll take targeted actions based on my results and I'll retest so that I can be sure what I'm doing is having the effect that I want. That is how you make a fast decision. So my question is, what's your fast decision? I hope you've enjoyed today's unlocking of your health activation code. That brings us to the end of today's conversation, and I wish you a health activating day.